1, 2, 3, 4. And they're counting with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do justice. I'm going to digest this in less than 5 minutes. So don't you burn. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, protocol respected. Here is the presentation, the official presentation of the profile of Magistrate Malomba Esembe, parliamentary candidate for the 2020 February 9th legislative election in Cameroon. Hungary, the East European country, took the political world by storm in 1971 when it fielded in the world's youngest member of parliament in its House of Assembly. Ilona Bukar was only 19 years, 5 months, 13 days when she got elected into that year's parliamentary session. That is thousands of miles away in Europe. In Cameroon, in Africa, the city of Buea presents Malomba Esembe, a CPDM parliamentary candidate for Buea Urban in this year's election. Malomba will be 34 years, 3 weeks, and 5 days exactly on voting day on February 9th, 2020, and the world, like the times, are well apart from the Hungarian youngest and the Cameroonian young. But you know, it has always raised an eyebrow when the young double step out of their own generation to compete outside the group. But ladies and gentlemen, may I inform you all that this young Malomba you see here had started off the doubling game as far back as his primary school days. The son of Bukwango, born to James Esembe, a proud driver of blessed memory, and John Enyome Esembe, gained double promotion in class 2 and subsequently spending only 4 years to complete primary school education. With same feats of brilliance, he harvested 10 GCO level papers at the Presbyterian Secondary School, Buea, before going over to the Baptist Secondary or Baptist High School, Buea, where he broke a record. For the art student that he was, he grabbed all 5 A-level papers to include his name in the country's list of the first top 100 in that year's session. Thank you. It was a performance that equally gained him a 200,000 CFA franc scholarship from government. That was Malomba, the man who was showing himself as the chick that would become a cock. In the early 2000s, Malomba Esembe, driven by his father's wish of making him an internationally trained accountant in the United States, saw his application to travel rejected in 3 separate occasions at the embassy. Malomba, not resigned, saw an opening at the School of Magistracy Enam. He thus postponed his knocking at the closed doors of the US Embassy. After all, his same father would later on tell him, quote, "When you travel to the US, you will not get into Enam. But if you graduate from Enam, you will be able to travel to many parts of the world." Maybe if Papa were here, Donald, certainly he would have added that if you actually go to Enam, you may equally avail yourself of becoming a parliamentarian in your own country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so after obtaining a Bachelor of Law degree from the University of Yaoundé-Toussoua and completing the court registry training at Enam, Mr. Malomba began his travels through the public service. He was posted to the High Court in Kribi, and after 3 months appointed head of service in the Ministry of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises and senior staff at the legal unit of the same ministry. In 2007, after graduating with a master's in business law, still from Yaoundé 2, Mr. Malomba succeeded in the entrance examination into Cycle A of ENAM. Upon graduation in 2011, the magistrate was posted to the State Council's chambers in Boya. A year later on, he was sent to the office of the Attorney General of the Southwest, where he serves as deputy to date. Ladies and gentlemen, the parliamentary candidate in this hall is a complete young man, I dare say. But you know, it beats my imagination how a young man of 23 in 2008, promising as he was at the time, with opportunities open to him, much more handsome in those days, I would imagine, was able to allow himself to be calmly collected into the arms of a single young lady. Since Malomba got, okay, the lights are coming back. Let's see. They will not allow us to keep this portion of his CV. I think it's very important. Can we continue? I think so. We can hear each other. Let's see. Okay. Now, I was saying that promising as he was, the young man of 23, it was surprising with the handsomeness that he carried around him at the time, surprising to the fact that he was calmly allowed himself in the arms of a single lady. And ever since Malomba met Judith Etondi, Mrs. Malomba, he has remained very tamed and very loving. This is the woman, the sweetheart with whom he fathers 3 kids. And I want to say, Judith, you are tough. Congratulations. The candidate who has assembled us this day and the prayer dinner knows exactly what it means to get a divine endorsement in this expedition. With his position as member of the Christian Men Fellowship of the PCC, the devout Presbyterian worshipper at PC Bukwango shows signs of church leadership qualities. Elected elder in 2014, losing to become chairperson of the congregation in 2019, Elder Malomba bounced back to win the election of synod delegate in the Fako North Presbytery. And only recently, he was appointed member of the management board of the press-owned Telco Presswood Ombe. We're rounding off to say that the university student who led UB in winning the first edition of the Students' Challenge Championship in 2011, the ex-student elected president of PCSS, Boya Association, who organized the 20th anniversary celebration of the school, and the one who is the public relations officer of the Southwest Magistrates Club is the same Malomba Esembe, magistrate by rank, who answers the call to serve his country in the House of Assembly. Thank you.